Good evening and a very warm welcome to this amazing show on NTV. My name is Sangeet Ibrahim, your life coach who joins you every Saturday from 5 to 6. We couldn't have the program last week. There was a slight technical hitch that kept us away. Our apologies for that. And hope you're all having an amazing time. I was having a great time. And I was telling my family that I can almost feel summer slowly crawling upon us. Very soon she's going to show herself and say, surprised! Yeah, so let's make the most of the last few days of winter. So let's not stay indoors or go to the malls. For heaven's sake, we've got the entire year to do that. So let's hit the great outdoors, the beaches, the lawns, barbecues, starry nights, the foam and jet skis. Let's make sure that we enjoy each and every moment of the dying moments of winter. Speaking about time passing and passing so fast, I realized that just a few days back we were wishing each other Happy New Year with a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and now we have already reached mid-Feb. So we also need to realize, especially our young colts out there, you need to realize that time is really running fast. So we need to be up and running. We need to be in all our elements, and we need to make sure that we are pushing ourselves in the right speed at the right direction. After all, there are umpteen number of masterpieces waiting to be drawn by your little hands. There are classics waiting to be written by you. There are world records waiting to be broken, academic achievements waiting to be made, a lot of tears to be wiped off and converted into smiles, a lot of people to be helped, and history to be changed. And it is your responsibility to do that, because we are talking about it tomorrow that you are going to inherit. So make sure, get up from the couches, make sure that your blood is boiling and that you are rushing towards your choicest dreams. In the last few weeks, we've been discussing on a successory with the letter A called ambition. Today, I propose to conclude this discussion about ambition and move on to more exciting topics like the letter B and belief, which is an even more important successor. So today I would like to conclude everything that we have discussed on the topic of ambition, but before closing it and pushing it back, I would like to request you all to do one thing for me and for you. I want you all along with me to set a highly ambitious and meaningful goal for yourself. Okay? A goal that is going to change the way people look at you, from a look like this to a look like this. A goal that is going to change the way you feel about yourself. Instead of feeling like this, changing that to feeling like this in all excitement and happiness. And a goal that's going to change the tone of tomorrow. Like a domino, you get something right, and then all the other dominoes topple down. You're going to do something with a huge bang that's going to set the tune for things to come. Let me give you some examples, like becoming a class topper. Being a topper in your class. Imagine how proud and excited your parents would be. Or probably winning the Sheikh Hamdan Award. Or probably setting a goal to become the head boy of the school. Or to become an editor of the school magazine. Or to score the highest in the athletics meet. Now, my request is to set a huge and ambitious, meaningful goal for yourself before we conclude the discussion on ambition. Now, I know you might be thinking it's easy for you to stand on the other side of the TV and talk about setting such ambitious goals. Now, we have problems. We are not the best in class, okay, or we are not as intelligent as those students who are always scoring at top levels. Now, my dear friends, in the last few weeks, we have taken each of these excuses. I'm sure a lot of excuses will be swarming through you. Trust me, we have taken each and every one of these excuses and we have choked them all to death. Like your argument about not being intelligent enough. I've quoted research, substantial evidence that we have got through studies that prove that getting on top or becoming number one has very little to do with intelligence. It's all about grit. It's all about determination. It's all about perseverance. And it's all about going behind it with full force. Some of you might say, whoa, those are possible for those students. Well, we are far away. Again, we have looked at evidence that show that there's very little difference between those who perform on a phenomenal level internationally and those who are average. Very little difference, in fact. And if you do the right things at the right time in the right way, you definitely can beat them and get ahead of them in this ultra-competitive world of ours today. So forget these excuses and make a resolution. Be with me today and set a goal for yourself. That's going to change your tomorrow. Now, let me tell you a big secret, okay? Now, this is the biggest secret of them all. And listen to me carefully. Just by setting a meaningful goal, just by aligning yourself with a huge, ambitious goal, your life is going to get ahead of others. Just by setting a goal and working towards it. You're going to beat the competition by miles. Okay, now you must be wondering, how is that possible? You know, can I just sit there and set a goal to be a class topper? And does that mean I'll become a class topper? In all probability, yes. Okay, now I'll tell you why. And this is the biggest secret that I want to share with you today on the show. Now, every second, 3.5 million, that's a lot of zeros, okay? 3.5 million bits of information come and hit you from all angles, like light that you see, sound that hits your ears, smell, the senses of touch, 3.5 million bits of information, and that's amazingly huge, okay? Unfortunately, our poor brain cannot process all this information. So a lot of information has to be left out, and the brain can process only 140 to 145 bits. Now that's quite a measly number. Imagine, it's like comparing a starry sky to 1 or 2 stars. 3.5 million compared to 145, 146 bits. Now the brain can only process that. Now that means rest of the information has to be dropped out. Now who decides? That's a $1 million question that plagued psychologists for long. Who decides what information should come in and what information should be kept away? Now there's a small system in your brain called RAS. It's called a reticular activation system. Now I don't want to trouble you with jargon, okay, so for your sake, consider it as RAS, racing ahead to success. Imagine there's a system called racing ahead to success in your brain. Now what's the job of the system? He acts like a doorman, you know, a watchman standing in front of the gate. Now when information comes to it, it is the RAS that decides whether that should be allowed to go into the brain or it should be bounced back. It should be rejected, deleted, okay? Now this guy plays a very important role because he's the one who decides what should come in and what should go off. And how can you influence the RAS? You can do that by telling the RAS that this particular information is of ultra importance to me. I need it. Bring it in. You know, filter it from whatever is coming in and make sure that comes in. Now, this is the role of the RAS. And just by setting a meaningful goal, you will start having different kinds of information which is denied to so many others in the world. Now this is to the parents, just to validate my point. I'm sure you would have experienced this. Let's say you decide to buy a new car. And then you've decided on a model, so you've gone to the showroom, you've looked at the brochure, and you're all excited about the car, right? From the very next day onwards, you'll start seeing many of those cars on the road. You'll see it on your left side, you'll see it on the right side, you'll see it ahead of you, and you'll wonder, oh my God, everybody is driving this car. Now the point is, these cars were always there, but you never saw it. Why? Because your reticular activation system was not allowing that information to come in. When you went to the showroom, when you looked at the brochure, it's like giving a chit to your reticular activation system, okay? Saying this particular brand of car is important to me. And then it starts coming in. So just imagine what would happen if you start focusing on a goal. Say you decide, I want to top the class, okay? I want to get and score A+ in all subjects in the next examination. And if you talk about it to your parents, to your teachers, and your friends, you write about it, you think about it, you dream about it, suddenly it's like giving a chit to your reticular activation system, saying this is important. Okay? Now what happens? 3 things start happening as if by magic. First of all, you start getting more information, because this information is coming in. So sitting in class, previously you used to be diverted, sometimes things doesn't sink in, you don't understand what's happening, and then you go back home and then you have a tussle with your parents over homework. That's going to change. This information is going to come in, and all of a sudden you start realizing that you're understanding much more. Suddenly it becomes all the more simple, much more simpler than for your friends, because they haven't set that goal. So look at the advantage that you're getting. The second thing that you get is, whenever you get stuck, you get a complicated problem and you don't understand what is to be done, the RAS gives you ideas, because these ideas are out there, and suddenly you get a brain wave and you find a phenomenal idea to solve it, and you solve it in a jiffy. The third thing that you get is motivation. So let's say to wake up in the morning, or you're finding a complex problem and you feel like giving up, you get that extra surge of energy which others don't get. And then you stay put, work, burn the midnight oil, make sure that you stay put till you complete your tasks and your pending list of activities. And that will definitely take you towards your goal. So 3 things: you become more aware, you start getting more ideas, and of course you start getting more motivated just by setting a meaningful, ambitious goal and pursuing it. So look at the advantage that you have. You'll suddenly start getting more ideas than your friends. You'll suddenly start understanding more things than your friends, and you'll suddenly find yourself capable of putting more hours into your work, and without feeling as if let's say you are not able to solve a problem, you don't feel as if it's the end of the world. So you can definitely surge ahead just by setting a meaningful goal. So let me reiterate my request to you. With me today, before we wind this discussion on ambition up, please set a huge, meaningful goal for yourself. And again, talk to your parents, talk to your friends, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, and make sure everybody knows about it, and you'll find success dragging you towards its choicest destination. But setting a goal in a way that you're racing ahead to success is activated. Now, that's not quite easy. You need to set a particular kind of goal to get your RAS all excited, to get your watchman all excited about your task. And I'll explain that to you. And after we explain that, we'll have a break. And after the break, I'll have with me a very, very important academician who will join us in the studio. He's the principal of our own English High School, the boys branch, Mr. Thomas Matthew, an extremely efficient administrator, a man of action and go-getter. He'll be with me in the studio. Now, my son studies in our own English High School, the boys branch, and I'm extremely happy with the kind of guidance and support that he's getting. It's one of the best schools in the region. So he gets to join us today on the hot seat with me after the break. So please do join in. You can definitely call us and address your queries. But that's after the break. Till we take the break, let me explain the secret of setting goals that can get your RAS activated. Okay? The other day, my son and his friends, they'd gone to watch Doom 3. That was a couple of months back, and they were sitting in the drawing room discussing the movie. So I thought it was a good time to talk to them about goals. So I went to them and said, "Hey guys, what do you want to do in life? What do you want to become in life?" One of them said, "Well, I want to do well at school." Okay. Another one said, "I want to be healthy," because he was a little flabby. The third one said, "I want to start a business." And the fourth one said, "I want to have a sports car." So I told them, guys, now, these kind of goals are called dumb goals, okay? And dumb goals are not going to take you anywhere. You need to make sure that your goals are SMART. S-M-A-R-T. Your goals must be SMART if you need to find success. So they asked me, what do you mean by SMART goals? I said, S stands for specific. So make your goals specific. I want to do well in class. What does that mean? In athletics, in sport, in extracurricular activities? So he said, no, in academics, I want to be the class topper. I said, that's a specific goal. The other guy, I said, you want to be healthy? What do you mean? I want to lose weight. Now that's specific. I want to have a sports car. What kind of a sports car? I want to have a cherry red Ferrari. Now that's specific. I want to start a business. What kind of business? I want to start a chain of restaurants. I said, yes. That's the first step in getting your RAS to be excited about this goal. Make it specific, and that's an S. The second one is M. Make your goal meaningful to you. You should be emotionally attached to your goal. You should want to achieve that goal. It should mean a lot to you. If you do that, if you attach meaning to it, if people come and try to put you down, or if you lose once or twice, you won't abandon your goal. You'll hold it close to your heart and you'll follow it till you attain it. So M has to be meaningful, okay? So it should not be anyone's goal. Don't set a goal because your parents want you to do so, or because a couple of your friends are doing it. Find a goal that has meaning for you. And the other part of M is it should be measurable. Like someone says, I want to lose weight. How many kilos do you want to lose? Oh, I want to lose 5 kilos. Okay, now that's measurable. You want to start a business. What kind of business do you want to start? I want to start a chain of restaurants that gets me 10 million in a year. Wow, that's measurable. You want to top the class in academics. Okay, how can you make it measurable? He said, yeah, I want to get an A+ in everything. Okay, so now you have made your goal S, which is specific, and M, which is measurable and meaningful. Then comes A, and A stands for ambitious. Don't set small goals that belittle your own capability. That is not going to change you phenomenally. Set an ambitious goal, huge goal. People might laugh at you. Now, that's one good way to test whether your goal is ambitious. If people laugh at you, that means your goal is ambitious. Okay? So set a huge, phenomenal goal. And another interpretation of A is think about the actions that you need to take to achieve your goals. So I need to do this, I need to do that, then I need to do this. Structure the tasks that you need to do. So that takes care of A. And then you have R. What does R stand for? Make your goals realistic. So being students and young, don't think of goals of trying to be Batman or trying to be Superman and flying off and, come on. Look at things which are humanly possible. Things that humans have done and things that humans can do. Direct your energy towards realistic goals. Ambitious, but realistic. And finally, T stands for timed. Put a time frame. By when do you want to lose those 5 kilos? In 3 months? In 6 months? Make it ambitious. Make it probably in 3 months. When do you want to be a class topper? Probably in your grade 12? No. Maybe in a year's time. When do you want to start your business? In 5 years' time. When do you want to have your cherry red Ferrari? Maybe in 8 years' time. So put a time frame to your goal. And now that completes it. Now that makes it smart. And you put a smart goal, then your RAS, your race ahead to success system gets excited, and then you start zipping towards it, realizing your greatest dreams, okay, and achieving your full potential. For me, let me share one of my SMART goals with you. I've got quite a lot of them. One SMART goal is to become a world-renowned author. A world-renowned author who writes books on development by 2016. And I've even put a time frame, 2016, Feb 16th, okay? Now, why Feb 16th? That happens to be my birthday. By Feb 16th, probably by 10 o'clock in the morning, because I want the timing to be exact, I want to become a world-renowned author whose books adorn the bookshelves around the world. In your house and in house of book lovers around the world. Now, that's my SMART goal. And I'm sure with the RAS, God willing, I'll reach there as well. So, guys, this is my request to you. It's time for our break. So before we break, once again, let me reiterate my request. Let's close this discussion on ambition. We have actually discussed about it for quite some time. Let's move on to other things. Next week, I'll be talking about belief, which is the next accessory. But make sure that you set that goal. And please do share it with us if you do it during the show. Call us, send us a message, okay, and make sure that you share it with us. We have a break coming up. But before our first break, I would like to share a small video on SMART goals with you. So let me request the studio to play this particular video. Immediately after the video, we go to the break. And when we come back, we'll have Mr. Thomas Matthew, the principal of our own English High School, Sharjah Boys Branch, with me on the hot seat. So a short break.
If you want it, don't sweat it, homie, go get it. If you're trying and it gets you down, don't let it. Take it from me, man, I've been around, don't sweat it. It's all better when you go for this. If I want something, I'ma go get it. At first it be all struggle, then it's all credit. See, back in the day, getting on was mad hectic. Looking for my start in hip-hop like Cedar and Cedric. I knew I loved music, ideas sparked the fuse lit. I had talent and knew it, but had yet to prove it, yeah. I ran the ciphers and the show stupid. And when I couldn't catch a ride, yo, I just trooped it, going through it. Yeah, you know the movement, you wanna do it too. Make your dreams come true, be seen from a different view. I was viewed as a different dude before the songs, interludes, and interviews. I was just trying to get food. Before hopping on tours, I had to mop floors. Was booed long before any applause or awards. Lord, to prepare for where I was headed, I was tested. No handouts, I had to go get it, man, go get it. If you want it, don't sweat it, homie, go get it. If you're trying and it gets you down, don't let it. Take it from me, man, I've been around, don't sweat it.